As I mentioned at the beginning, sometimes there is a need to edit the colors of specific elements in the photo during the raw development stage. This includes correcting color differences in the skin tone, among other things. In this particular example, it seems that these differences can be addressed in Photoshop because they are pretty minor. We have a slightly reddish forehead and nose compared to the rest of the body, but we can easily address that in Photoshop by easily selecting those areas. We'll show you how to do it later. However, sometimes there are such drastic color differences that it's worth addressing them at this stage. An example is this photo, where the skin on the face and neck appears very yellow and orange, while the skin on the fingers is significantly red. So in this example I will show you how the color editing panel in Capture One works. It's located here. It has 3 tabs. The basic tab, where you can edit individual colors, and the advanced tab, where you can use the eyedropper tool to select specific color ranges and edit them. You can add multiple ranges as well. In our example, let's start with the skin color on the face and neck. Using the eyedropper tool, we select an area of the yellowish skin, the most intense yellow. It will be somewhere on the neck. Here we see the highlighted color we clicked on. It's quite yellow, and on the color wheel there's a wider range that Capture One has marked for editing. This range includes both yellow and red. And since we only want to edit the yellow color, we need to reduce the size of this range to focus only on the color we are interested in. To do that, we can display only the selected range, and everything else that won't be editable will appear grayed out. In this case, the lips and the shirt have been grayed out a bit. But the fingers still fall within the range of our edit, and we don't want to edit the fingers at this moment because we want to focus on the yellow skin on the face, which we want to shift towards red. If we had the fingers included, they would become even more red, and we don't want that. So we remove the red area that we have here on the color wheel, ensuring that we only edit the skin on the face and neck. We have now highlighted what we are editing, and we can see it clearly on the image. I hope this is clear. Now, only the yellow color, the one we want to work on, is highlighted. We can uncheck the preview to see the entire photo, and now we can use the hue slider to shift the yellow color towards red, which means moving it to the left. By doing so, the yellow color on the face gets closer to the red color. Of course, we don't want to make it exactly red because we don't like that either, but we want to bring it closer, so we will stop here. In the second step, using the same eyedropper tool, we select the red color that we want to shift towards yellow. We click on it and we highlight the range we have selected to make it easier for us to narrow it down. We see that it also includes the skin color on the face and neck, and again we want to remove it from our editing range. We can see that the yellow color falls somewhere here, so we reduce our range to focus only on the red color on the fingers. The lips also fall within the range, but that's fine in this case. Okay, yellow is deselected and only red remains. We uncheck the preview, and again, using the hue slider, this time we move it towards the yellow side, which means to the right, so that we bring the color of the fingers closer to the color on the face. I think this level of adjustment will make our work easier in Photoshop later on. At this stage, it's not about matching the colors perfectly, but rather bringing them closer together so that it will be easier to fine-tune the color of the fingers and the skin in Photoshop. Capture One has a great tool for selecting individual colors as you've seen, and these ranges are very convenient to edit, and you can see what you can select and edit. That's why I would use this panel in Capture One in such cases. Let's check how it was before. We had a significant difference between the skin on the face and the fingers, and now after, where the colors are much closer to each other. So this is how I would use the color editing panel in Capture One.